Good evening, everyone. I am Nitish Sharma and I welcome you all on the behalf of EduBridge IAS. It is a free of cost guidance platform for the aspirants who are preparing for civil services examination conducted by UPSC. So today we'll be discussing about the recent amendments in National Investigation Agency. We'll be discussing the amendments in NIA. At the same time, we'll be discussing the amendments in UAPA, that is Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. So why it was in news? So it was in news, as I have already told you, that the recently changes were introduced in NIA Act. It means National Investigation Agency. The first question that may come in prelims, that NIA is a constitutional body, statutory body, executive body. So as it is written NIA Act, so there must have been an act, that is NIA Act, which was enacted in the year 2008. Okay. So the law governs the functioning of India's premier counter-terror agency. This agency was introduced by then Home Minister P. Chidambaram. The name of the Home Minister is not important, but it is important that which ministry introduced it, because national security is under defense. However, National Investigation Agency is under Ministry of Home Affairs. So this investigation agency was introduced after the unfortunate attacks in Mumbai, and this was created as the India's federal investigation agency. So the act makes NIA the only truly federal agency in the country, along with the lines of FBI, and it is more powerful than CBI. Okay. Now it gives the NIA the power to take suo motu cognizance of terror activities in any part of India and register a case to enter any state without permission from the state government and to investigate and arrest people. Now I'm simplifying it. We all know that there were terror attacks in Mumbai. So in order to deal with such a situation and also to make sure कि ऐसे टेरर अटैक्स हमारी कंट्री में दोबारा ना हो, तो एक एजेंसी क्रिएट करी गई सेंट्रल लेवल पे. एक एजेंसी वाज क्रिएटेड एट द सेंट्रल लेवल जो सीबीआई से पावरफुल है और वो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका की एफबीआई के जैसे फंक्शन करेगी. एंड इस एजेंसी को पावर्स दी गई थी कि ये खुद से किसी भी टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटी के लिए इन्वेस्टिगेशन स्टार्ट कर सकती है, अरेस्ट कर सकते हैं. They can enter any state without the permission of state government, because as you all know that law and order is a state subject. However, for NIA no permission is needed to enter the state, and अगर कोई investigation करनी है and people arrest करना है तो NIA can do that. Now let us understand the amendments, and also I'll tell you the background why the amendments were needed. Now, there were three major amendments in NIA Act. This is important because this was asked in mains 2019 paper, and generally UPSC जो mains में पूछते हैं, generally the question may come in prelims and vice versa. जो pre में पूछा वो main से पूछा जा सकता है, and जो main से पूछा है pre में पूछा जा सकता है. तो there were three amendments. पहला amendment है that now NIA can investigate more offenses. पहले NIA के पास power थी to investigate offenses under the Atomic Energy Act and under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. अब NIA वो भी एक्ट को इन्वेस्टिगेट कर सकते हैं that is related to human trafficking, counterfeit currency, manufacture or sale of prohibited arms, cyber terrorism and other offenses under Explosive Substances Act. It means jurisdiction जो है NIA की बहुत वाइड कर दी है. पहले वो लिमिटेड थी एटॉमिक एनर्जी एक्ट के एंड यूएपीए के एक्ट के. अब ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग भी हो सकता है टेररिज्म को सपोर्ट करने के लिए की जा रही हो सकता है जो फेक करेंसी है या काउंटरफीट करेंसी है वो टेरर फंडिंग के लिए जा रही हो सकता है कुछ प्रोहिबिटेड प्रोडक्ट्स जैसे कि ड्रग्स, जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल अल्कोहल या जैसे कि आर्म्स, अगर वो प्रोहिबिटेड वेपन्स या प्रोहिबिट सब्सटेंसेस अगर ट्रेड किया जा रहा है तो उससे टेरर फंडिंग हो सकती है. साइबर टेररिज्म तो डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू टेररिज्म, एंड कोई भी एक्सप्लोसिव्स उसमें डील करना अब एनआईए के अंडर आ सकता है. सो दैट वाज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट अमेंडमेंट. Now, second amendment was that the offenses that the NIA is dealing with, the jurisdiction of NIA officers has been increased. Now they will have the same powers as the other police officers that are acting in the state. यानी कि NIA के ऑफिसर्स को पुलिस ऑफिसर्स के जैसी सेम पावर दी गई है पूरी कंट्री में. प्लस अगर कोई ऑफेंस आउटसाइड इंडिया कमिट होता है तो उस ऑफेंस की पावर भी NIA के अंडर है, सो दैट दे कैन इन्वेस्टिगेट ऑफेंस. बट इंटरनेशनल ट्रीटी एंड उस कंट्री के डोमेस्टिक लॉज को दे हैव टू अबाइड. ठीक है, तो दिस इज द सेकंड अमेंडमेंट. थर्ड अमेंडमेंट इज दैट स्पेशल कोर्ट्स फॉर द ऑफेंसेस दैट कम अंडर NIA परव्यू. तो स्पेशल कोर्ट्स जो होती हैं उन स्पेशल कोर्ट्स को टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटीज को जुडिकेट करने के लिए बनाया जा रहा था. अब इन्होंने क्या किया है दैट जो ऑलरेडी सेशन कोर्ट फंक्शनल है उनको भी स्पेशल कोर्ट कहा जा सकता है. इट मींस देयर इज नो नीड टू एस्टैब्लिश न्यू कोर्ट्स, रादर जो ऑलरेडी फंक्शनल है उनको भी स्पेशल कोर्ट्स की तरह बनाया जा सकता है, सो दैट देयर इज एक्सपीडिशियस ट्रायल ऑफ केसेस. ये 3 अमेंडमेंट किए गए हैं नेशनल इन्वेस्टिगेशन एजेंसी अमेंडमेंट एक्ट. Is it clear? So first amendment is that the offenses that were related to NIA that has been increased. Second change kya hai that the issue with which the NIA was dealing with, that officers will be having same powers as the officers of police departments. At the same time, now they can create the sessions court as the special courts. Is it clear? So if you have any doubt, just post it out in the just chat section. Otherwise, I'll continue with it. Just let me know if you have any doubt. If you have no doubt, just post no doubts. Okay. Who is headed? Who is headed regarding what? The investigation officer will be heading the case. The investigation and NIA will be having officers DGP level officers till the DGP level, from the inspectors till the DGP level officers will be there. थर्ड पॉइंट सिंपल है. मान लीजिए आपको क्लास मॉनिटर बनाना है, ठीक है, और क्लास मॉनिटर किसको बनाया जा सकता है? जो क्लास का टॉपर है. पहले क्या होता था, एक क्लास मॉनिटर है, एक क्लास का टॉपर है. अब इन्होंने क्या किया है कि क्लास के टॉपर को भी क्लास मॉनिटर बनाया जा सकता है. ये चेंज किया है. तो सेशन कोड थी, स्पेशल कोड थी, अब सेशन कोड को भी स्पेशल कोड बनाया जा सकता है. ओके, हु इज सुप्रीम बॉस? देयर इज नो सुप्रीम बॉस. ठीक है, देयर इज नो सुप्रीम बॉस. We are functioning in a democracy. There is no supreme boss. First amendment was very simple, that the number of acts that NIA can try, these number of acts has been increased. Okay. Sir, what about Indians involved in crimes outside India? For that there is an expatriation treaty. And international norms and the domestic laws of those countries we have to abide by. Okay. Now let us continue with Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Second change. I am repeating all the changes. Otherwise, other person will say, please repeat the first change. So I am repeating all the 3. Now, first change is that the number of offenses that NIA could try, that has been increased. So there are the offenses that were earlier under the jurisdiction of NIA, those offenses has been increased. First change, understood? The number of acts are written. So note this down. Otherwise, you'll get them in the form of your material. Second amendment, the jurisdiction of NIA will be now same as the police officers of the state level. They extend outside the country also, and the jurisdiction will have to abide by the international treaty and domestic laws. Okay. Third, special courts, सेशन कोड को भी स्पेशल कोड बनाया जा सकता है. दिस इज द थर्ड थिंग. It comes under which ministry? First slide itself I have told you which ministry. Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay, Ministry of Home Affairs. Now let us discuss Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. I am beginning with the topic. Now post your doubts after I complete this topic. Okay, do not post your doubts in between. Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. This is in news because firstly, the amendments were made, and secondly, because in NIA amendment, unlawful activities was also mentioned. So there was two reasons for understanding NIA, UAPA, and UAPA has also been asked in UPSC 2019 paper. So NIA, UAPA both have been asked. Now let us understand what is there in UAPA. UAPA is Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. This act provides special procedures to deal with the terrorist activities. So as per this act, the central government may designate an organization as a terrorist organization. Okay, so central government has the power. Central government here means the Ministry of External Affairs. So central government can designate an organization as a terrorist organization if that commits or participates in the acts of terrorism. अगर वो participate करते हैं terror के किसी activity में या खुद करती है organization. Example है जमात-उद-दौला, इसका example है लश्कर-ए-तैयबा, Indian Mujahideen, Simmi. These are the organization. Communist Party of India, Maoist. I'm repeating it again, Maoist. Communist Party of India, Maoist. Don't get confused. Okay. Second reason, if it is preparing for terrorism, it means if it is planning for any terrorist activity. Third, if it is promoting terrorism. And fourth, if it is otherwise involved in terrorism. So in these reasons, an activity was declared as a terrorist activity, and any organization doing that activity could be declared as a terrorist organization. Now, due to this amendment, now not only the organizations but also individuals can be declared as terrorists. Now not only the organization but individuals can also be declared as terrorists, and that is why through this amendment Masood Azhar, Dawood Ibrahim, they were declared as terrorists. Okay, so now the individuals can also be declared as terrorists on the same grounds that I have explained before. Second thing, that now the investigation of any offense under UAPA, it can be done by the officers of the rank of inspector and above. Earlier, this investigation could be done only by the state government police, that too only with the officers of the rank DSP or ACP and above. Now the NIA officers can also begin the investigation who are of the post of inspectors and above. तो यानी कि NIA can also begin with the investigation. ये क्यों किया गया? This was done because there was sometimes identified that NIA has given the information to the state police, but due to lack of coordination between the authorities, the terrorists have escaped. So that is why the NIA has provided the power so that they can directly take care of any such activity, because there are so many states in our country, so the information dissemination can sometimes lead to a time lag, which may create a situation where the terrorists, they have escaped. So that is why NIA has been given these powers. Okay. Another is that if the property is to be seized, earlier for the seizure of property, it means property जब्त करने के लिए, पहले property जब्त करने के लिए अप्रूवल चाहिए होता था डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ पुलिस का. ठीक है, प्रॉपर्टी जब्त करने के लिए डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ पुलिस का अप्रूवल चाहिए होता था. अब ऐसा कुछ करने के लिए डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ NIA का अप्रूवल चाहिए होगा. ठीक है, फॉर एनी टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटी, if the seizure of property has to be there, then the approval of the director general of NIA will be needed and not the director general of state police. ठीक है, this is the third amendment. And also you all know that the definition of terrorism is not universal, and we have taken the definition of terrorism through various acts and international treaties. So एक और treaty add हो गई है UAPA के अंदर, that is the International Convention for Suppression of Acts of Nuclear Terrorism. So अब इस ट्रीटी के हिसाब से भी जो डेफिनेशन है दैट विल आल्सो बी कंसिडर्ड एज अ टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटी अंडर द यूएपी. ठीक है, तो दीज आर द अमेंडमेंट्स इन यूएपी. इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट प्लीज पोस्ट योर डाउट्स. Otherwise try to attempt this question. If you have any doubt, post this doubt. Otherwise try to attempt this question. So I'll see you in the next class, whoever will be taking. And most probably you will be having your seminar by an IPS officer of 2013 batch. She's a friend of mine. She'll be covering certain topics for mains. So very soon we'll be having seminar by her. Not a seminar, just an interaction. And hope you get something better from this. That session will be very beneficial for female aspirants who wants to go for IPS examination. ठीक है, मतलब IPS, those who want to go for Indian Police Services, it will be very beneficial. Okay, चलिए, then take good care of yourself. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next class.